Today marks our, it's really pre-launching, but it is okay. This is the day that we can have it official that people will make money, that people will become wealthy. And to experience, today I was just excited because I saw the power yesterday of faith, family, and freedom, which I'm gonna touch later on because it's gonna change, revolutionary, the lives of people. So if you are here for the first time, for the second time, for the third time, I would like you to pay attention very well about the numbers. The numbers are very good. So if we have done working for 40 years, 35 years, 30 years, or you are in business, but your business owns you, this is the time to really pay attention. And at the same time, what you can become because of this business is the most important. Wow, Miss Lillian, I love it. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present to you the moment that you decide not only to become wealthy, but to be a miracle for somebody else, is you can achieve today what you're gonna see. So without further ado, I would like to call on the first speaker. Our first speaker is a man who has not had a real job for over 29 years. She just do 100% networking, and the good thing about it, he has been mentoring, training people so that they can reach their potential in terms of financial, in terms of relational, and in terms of helping other people. So ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome my business partner, my sponsor, Ephraim McDaniel.
Thank you so much, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Today we're very excited because we are going to officially launch, and about an hour ago, we can now actually do business. We've been in the pre-launch, the pre-launch mode for about 2 months, and we were in the pre-launch for a month. But today, we can officially do business. For the guests, that doesn't mean anything to you, but as you see the presentation, you'll understand what we're talking about. My name is Ephraim McDaniel, and I have been in this industry called network marketing for 29 years. This is all I do. This is all I do, and I'm blessed to do it. But I met Sunshine about 12, 13 years ago, same time I met Dr. JR. They were in different companies, but we united, and we built a couple of giants in this industry. So tonight, what we're gonna do is just share some information with you. And when we finish sharing the information, we're going to ask you a question. We're going to ask you if it makes sense. And if it makes sense, we're going to ask you to get on board. If it doesn't make sense, we're going to shake hands. You keep doing what you're doing, but we're going to keep doing Infinity Global, okay? Now, we're so excited because today is no longer planned business. We can actually do business today, right? It's been 3 months in the making. Now, I'm not going to tell you a lot about the company right now. I'll show that in this presentation. But guys, in 29 years, I've been able to make a full-time income. And I'll go ahead and say at least a 6-figure income doing this type of business, all right? And what I like about it is that I get to work when I want, with whom I want. Come on in, guys. I'll get to work when I want, with whom I want, and wherever I want. If I can speak the language, I can do this business basically right now, anywhere in the United States, and also soon to be around the world. But I want to put this on the board before I get started to see if this makes sense to you. And I've been starting the presentation with this for 29 years, or ending with this, all right? And here's what I want to show you. I want to ask you a question. What's today's date, guys?
May 1st.
So the 5th month?
Yes.
01, right?
Right.
The first day?
Yeah.
Okay, first.
May Day.
May Day. And 2014, right? Is that today's date?
Yes.
May 1st, 2014. If we go back 5 years in the past, that'll be May 1st, 20 what?
2009.
009. That's 5 years in the past. Let's go forward. 5 years from today, it's going to be what? 5th month.
2019.
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Okay. Now, before I get started, this is just something I've done for 29 years, and I want to ask you if it makes sense, all right? I want you to ask yourself this question. This is you talking to yourself. that I provide for myself and my family all the things that they desire, doing what I was doing from May 1st, 2009 to May 1st, 2014. Now, before you answer that question, I've talked to over 1 million people doing these presentations around the world. I've talked to over 1 million people in the last 29 years. And in that 29 years, guys, only 105 people have said yes to this question. Now, what's the question again? Did I provide for myself and my family all the things that they desired, doing what I was doing from May 1st, 2009 to May 1st, 2014? That's the question. Let's see who's going to be number 105. If you can say yes to that question, raise your hand. All right, we got, wow, this is a big room. In 29 years, we had 105, but today we got 5 people, so now 100, it's incredible. 110 people have provided all the things they desire for themselves and their family. That's a big jump. So one night we got 5 people, in 29 years we only had 105. So today we got 110 people that have said yes, but that's a small number out of 1 million people, isn't it, guys? All right, why do y'all think that is?
Riding the wrong horse.
Anybody here?
Yeah, wrong vehicle.
Okay, wrong vehicle, that's right. See, you can get anything you want out of life, but you gotta be doing the right thing, you gotta be riding the wrong horse. You can never win the Kentucky Derby unless you bet on the right horse, all right? So we're not saying that what you've been doing has not been good, but it was not the right horse to get you to financial independence. So my question to you is this. If you said no in the last 5 years, and only 110 people out of 1 million to say yes, what's gonna be different between today and the next 5 years if you don't do something a little bit different? What's gonna be different, guys? Nothing. Now you guys don't have to worry about the frowns on your face. Well, tonight we're not gonna ask you for any money either, because this is a free opportunity. So in 29 years is all I've done. And let me start, we're gonna talk tonight about Enfiniti Global. Now I want you to look at this and see if this is a way that you can make part-time money, see if this is a way you can make full-time money, and some of you might choose to do like I do, I have done in the last 29 years, that's make this a full-time career. So whether you're looking for part-time money, whether you're looking for income for your children, so they can get their hands out of your pocket, all right? This opportunity has something for anybody that wants to get involved with. Now, if you don't have a job, guys, we can show you how to never ever have a job again. I haven't worked a job for someone else in 29 years because of this industry. But let me cut the lights off, we'll get started. All right, I want to ask you 3 simple questions, and first one is, does this information make sense? Well, right now it doesn't because you haven't seen it, right? The second question is, can you see yourself doing this? You're saying doing what? Well, we're going to share that with you in the next 30 minutes, these 2 questions, all right? The third question, is it affordable? We can answer that, yes, it is free, so it's very affordable, all right? Now this, I love this scene right here. What do these 3 guys here have in common? You guys don't have to be all being there. Y'all can relax and answer. We're not going to bite you. We're not going to ask you for any money. They're all being there. So who is this guy? Bill Gates.
Michael Bell.
Michael Bell.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. All 3 of these guys are billionaires, and they're all a college dropout. Now, we're not trying to tell you to quit college to get rich, but all 3 of these guys have gotten rich, and they all quit college, guys. This guy started Facebook just so he could meet girls online. Is that amazing? Now he's one of the richest men in the world, all right? This young lady, she went to school. This is the whole thing. Go to school, get a good job, get a good education, and work for the rest of your life. We're not telling you don't do that, but now you have options. You can start your own business, guys, and work for yourself, and maybe even get rich just like these guys have done. That's pretty awesome. All right? This is what we've also been taught, the 40-40 plan. Work 40 hours a week for 40 years to live on 40% of what you could not live on at 100%. They want you to live on 40% of the income. You couldn't make it at 100%, but now we want you to live on 40% of it, all right, once you retire. Is that pretty crazy, guys? Doesn't make sense, does it? All right? Now, the 40-40 plan, 40 years to save $1 million. This is what economists tell us. You're supposed to work 40 years of your life and put away $1 million for retirement. All right, you can do that through an IRA, 401k, 403b, and like some of us, you might just roll the dice and just see if you can come up with that money. Now, I'm not going to ask you in this room today, but I know that most of you don't have a nest egg of $1 million. Now, some of y'all have worked over 40 years. Anybody work 40 years here in a lifetime? Once again, anybody here? Anybody here? Okay. Has anybody worked 40 years? Raise your hand. Fantastic, all right? Well, if you got that million, you're blessed. But this is also what economists say that you should do. If you work 40 years of your life and you have $1 million saved up, this is what you're supposed to do so they can last you the rest of your lifetime. You're supposed to only take 3 to 5% of that. So you got $1 million, and you're only supposed to take 3 to 5% of your nest egg, which is that $1 million per year, for it to last the rest of your life. So that's about $50,000 a year. So 50,000 a year times 10, what's that? 500,000. So in 20 years, you'll be able to spend all that money, right? You would have spent it, right? That's what they say, 3 to 5%. That's about $50,000 a year. Now, we're going to show you that if you have not put away $1 million in the last 40 years, we're going to show you how you can have an IRO. If the IRA didn't work for you, or none of that other stuff worked for you, we got an IRO. Now, what does that mean? Income Replacement
Opportunity.
And this was created by our own resident doctor, Dr. JR. We're going to give him a round of applause, right? So Dr. JR said, if you don't have $1 million, then what are you going to do about it? If you're 55 like I am, and you're ready to retire, all right? What are you, oh, my friend. So what are you going to do? Then you can start an IRO today, and we're going to show you how you can have that $5,000 a month by starting an income replacement opportunity. And guess what? You have your own money tree, and you can work at your own pace and have that extra $5,000 a month that you need, all right? Now, the industry. Let's talk about deregulation. There are several industries that have been deregulated. How many of y'all have been involved in any deregulations of any of the industries? Which one were you in, ma'am?
Ambit.
Ambit. I helped start Ambit. Great company. Great company. You know the hammocks?
Nope.
Okay. They were one of the original
Didn't stay
six.
in for long.
Oh, that's okay. Anybody else?
Telecom,
Telecom. Which company?
income net.
Income net. Anybody else was involved in deregulation? Yes, sir.
Stream energy.
Stream. That's Ignite, right? Fantastic. All these are great companies. I helped start Ambit. All right? We're going to just share with you some of the other industries that have been deregulated. I came here to Texas 29 years ago. No, excuse me. I don't know about 18, 19 years ago with a company called Vartec. Now, y'all have heard of Excel, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all know Excel made more millionaires than any other company in the history of the United States. How many of y'all didn't know that? All right, just Google it. Excel Communication started right here in Dallas, Texas by Mr. Kenny Trout. Created 6,000 new millionaires. Did y'all know that?
Yes.
And that was the deregulation of the home phone. I was involved in that industry too. Now, most people have heard of Excel. 6,000 new millionaires, sold it to a Canadian company. He retired with billions of dollars, just like Mark Cuba did, all right? Now, how many of y'all ever heard of Vartec? Watch this.
Yes.
All right? Well, Vartec bought Excel at the end. I was with Vartec. We tried to rival Excel. So they started a company called Americall. I got involved in Charlotte, North Carolina. It might have been $400 or $500. Came to Texas to help some Nigerians and built a large team because that one Nigerian in Charlotte knew somebody here. And we came here and built a large team, about 10,000 Nigerians, right? And then we started getting the Americans involved too. But make a long story short, over the next 10 years after joining that company, I was able to buy that company. Not Vartec, but Americall. And one of the young men, Hassan, he's here, he was with me then for $1.5 million. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to do that, but a country boy like me, if I can do that, anybody can make money in this industry, all right? So let's go ahead and talk about the deregulation, and let's see about some of the companies that have already been deregulated. Deregulation history. Airline Deregulation Act, 1978. Between 1976 and 1990, fares, what? Declined approximately 30%. Is that amazing? Now watch what happened. The fares declined, but airline passengers rose from 270 million in 1974 to 721 million.
Wow.
Look at this guy. 207 to 721 million by 2010. Is that amazing? 3 years. They created newer airlines, more efficient air traffic control and technology. But what happened to some of the big boys? What happened to Brandon and Pan Am? And TWA?
They're gone.
They no longer exist because some of these small companies now, guys, what's that, Spirit Airlines? Does anybody here work for Spirit? The worst airline in the world. Everybody works for them, so I can say that. They got it's great room for you, but here's the deal. Fares are real cheap. I'm flying to Chicago tomorrow, but we're using Southwest. But I took Spirit to save money. Then when I got to the front desk, all the way to the plane, they said, sir, you can't check that bag. Now I get all the way through security, go to the check-in, they let me bring the bag upstairs. I said, why can't I check it? They said, it's too big. I said, well, no one told me that. That'd be $100. I mean, wait a minute. And if you have two bags, it's $200 at the gate. Now, if you registered before, it's less. But $200 added to the ticket I had, I could have gone on any airline I wanted to, right? That's how they get you guys. So a lot of new airlines out there, but now passengers are able to fly because now it costs less because you have competition, all right? Let's talk about the Telecom Deregulation Act. Some of you in the room were involved in that. I was too. AT&T had to relinquish control of, we call them the baby bells, the local bell company. They had the monopoly. They had the long distance, and the local bells had the local. All right, they had to let that go. And then rate wars, diminished profit margin. Many companies failed. Lower long distance rates, development of newer technology, cell phones. How many of y'all have a cell phone? All right. Do y'all know what 10 years ago we all had what? Home phones?
Yes.
Is that amazing? Beepers,
Beepers.
home phone. Now nobody has a home phone except for what? What do you need it for? Alarms and what else?
You don't need it for alarm.
You're right, you don't need it for alarms anymore. Amazing. A lot of us made money in that industry, and now guess what?
I want to get
Everybody's.
to the ambulance for sure, so I have a home phone.
But Ron, look at this. Everybody has replaced the home phones with cell phones. And guess what? There are no more pay phones. Y'all notice that? There was a pay phone on every technology.
They were nasty.
They were nasty, all right? All right, now let's look at this, all right? Local long distance, 1869, what is that? The baby bells, 1969, AT&T 2007, guys. Now watch this. This just blows my mind. All right, the regulation energy will be the greatest transfers of wealth in the history of the United States. Now, who said that?
Warren Buffett.
All right, this next gentleman I know pretty well. All right, he said, decide now if you'd rather be just a customer of energy deregulation or a well-compensated participant. And here's the deal. Everybody uses energy, whether it's the green energy, whether it's just flipping a switch when you get up in the morning, coming home at night, everybody uses energy. So why would you not want to make money off of something you're going to do anyway? Does that not make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes.
It makes sense to me. So we're going to show you how you can get involved in the largest transfers of wealth in the history of the United States. Guess what? And it's free to join. Yeah, some people are going to go, whoop, right over their head. That's one of the things. I'm telling you guys, there's people in this room that have made a lot of money off this business. And when you see this rec product we have, it's going to really blow your mind. Let's talk about the perfect service energy. It's habitually used and unconsciously purchased. Everybody pays for it because if you don't, you have no lights, right? No customer training. Do you think we have to be trained to do this industry? All right? No buying habits to change. Nobody's got to show you how to do what? Switch into energy, all right? Physical service remain the same, so nobody's going to come out there and put a green wire in your house or do something. That's just the same service. You're just going to pay a different person, all right? Someone is going to profit by enrolling the people you know, and it might as well be you. Do you want AT&T, Sprint, MCI, and all these other companies to keep making money off your electricity, off your phone? So why would you want TXU, Ambit, all these great companies, don't get me wrong, and Sprint to keep making money when you can be the one making that money? A friend of mine changed her energy the other day, and we couldn't switch her yet to our company, so she called Upstream, which is Ignite. And they said, would you like to make money? The service people are asking you if you want to make money in this industry. Is that amazing? But we're going to have that too, guys. So just great opportunity. All right, let's talk about the industry. What? The energy industry. It's a 1.2